Last weekend, Thor broke the Strongman deadlift world record when he pulled 505 kilograms at the Eisenhart Black competition held in Germany. And in just 5 weeks' time, he'll be joined by the strongest deadlifters in the sport as he attempts to better that record at the Giants Live Deadlift World Championships. In celebration of the new world record, we're taking a look back at the incredible progression of the Strongman deadlift and the monstrous athletes who pushed the weights up over the years. The standard height deadlift didn't exist in the early years of Strongman, and instead we would see lifts like the car deadlift, the silver dollar deadlift, and even a cheese deadlift in the 1980s World's Strongest Man. While the plates used in the 1996's World's Strongest Man were far from standard, this 410 kilo lift from South Africa's Gerrit Badenhorst was the most conventional lift we'd seen up until that point, and was considered to be a new world record, with no other athletes managing more than 370 kilos on the day. It was a full 12 years before anyone was even able to match that number, which Kevin Nee did in the 2008 Viking Power Championships, where he also lifted 410 kilos.
And Nee's getting it off the ground, it's over the knees. Can he lock it out? Yes, the referee gives it.
3 years later, at the 2011 Giants Live London, myself and Brian Shaw both added 20 kilos to the record when we lifted 430 kilograms.
Trying to get it up the thighs here, he keeps jacking it and jacking it. Get the hips in. Yes, he's been given it.
But the record didn't last long, as Zdrunas Savickas took it up to 440 kilos that same year at the World's Strongest Man.
He's successful at 972.
2 years later, at the 2013 Worlds, Brian added a further 2.5 kilos to the record when he successfully lifted 442.5 kilos.
And he's got it. That is magnificent. The first time that's ever been achieved.
Benedict Magnusson was already the deadlift world record holder in powerlifting, with a PB of 460 kilos. But he took the Strongman world record for himself too at the 2014 Australian Arnold's, where he lifted 445 kilos. After this, we saw the emergence of the Deadlift World Championships, with more and more athletes training specifically for a huge deadlift. In the 2014 Deadlift World Championships, both Eddie Hall and Benedict Magnusson added another kilo to the record when they lifted 446 kilos. They went on to push the record even further, this time up to 461 kilos, but Eddie was disallowed the lift when he dropped the weight from the top, and thus a deadlifting villain was born. Benny pulled 461 kilos, resulting in him holding the deadlift world record in both powerlifting and strongman. But Eddie was back with a bang and pushed the record to 462 kilos at the Arnold's Australia the following year. At the 2015 Deadlift World Championships, Eddie broke his own record by a further 1 kilo with this 463 kilo lift, and afterwards promised that the following year he would make history by taking the deadlift world record up to an immeasurable 500 kilos.
Kilos made to look easy.
At the 2016 World Deadlift Championships, Eddie's 463 kilo world record was broken 3 times in less than 10 minutes when Jerry Pritchett, Benedict Magnuson and Eddie all successfully pulled 465 kilos. Boom. Eddie was first up to attempt the 500, and he managed to do what many people had thought impossible at the time. Eddie's record had stood for 4 years when World's Ultimate Strongman announced plans for a competition on the 11th of April in Bahrain, which would feature a max deadlift in the hopes of seeing a new world record. The competition was cancelled due to the COVID travel restrictions, and athletes were instead offered the opportunity to compete and attempt a world record lift remotely. But the only one who took up the offer was Iceland's Thor Bjornsson. On the 2nd of May 2020, Thor successfully lifted 501 kilos to competition standards, and his lift was live streamed to fans all over the world on both Core Sports and ESPN. On the 26th of July 2025, Thor competed in Eisenhart's Black Competition, a push-pull event for some of the strongest lifters from around the world. He started the competition with this easy-looking 435 kilo opener, followed by this speedy 470 kilo deadlift for his second lift. He then went on, of course, to pull 505 kilograms, a feat of strength attempted and missed by several athletes over the years. But it's not all about records. The overall standard and numbers in strongman deadlift have progressed massively over the years, which was evident in the 2021 Deadlift World Championships. In this show, 6 men were able to pull 1,000 pounds on the deadlift. The list included Evan Singleton, Nedzmin Ambeskovic, Adam Bishop, Alexei Novikov, Gabe Pena and Pavlo Nekonechny, with Ivan Makarov going on to pull 475 kilograms to win the competition. Compare this to the last time the competition had been held in 2019, only Rauno Hainler and Jerry Pritchett were able to pull these types of numbers, with both of them having successful lifts at 455 kilos. At the 2024 Deadlift World Championships held in Vegas, 4 men were able to pull 470 kilos. This time it was Mitchell Hooper, Trey Mitchell, Rauno Hainler and Ivan Makarov, all with successful lifts. Texas boy Austin Andrade also lifted this massive weight, but unfortunately was taken down before he got the referee's down signal. And finally, at the 2022 Deadlift World Championships, Rauno Hainler took the Masters Deadlift World Record, which was held by James Hickley and stood at 440 kilos to an incredible 476 kilos, which won him the championships that year. With more and more strongmen pulling these massive numbers, can any of them give Thor a run for his money? And can we see 600 kilograms pulled in the future? On the 6th of September, the Mutant Deadlift World Championships take place at the Giants Live Strongman Open, with Thor returning to compete in Giants Live for the first time since 2019. He has a target of 510 kilos in mind, but with just 5 weeks of recovery and training between Eisenhart and the Deadlift World Championships, will it be enough time for Thor to prepare for another monster deadlift world record? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.